Welcome back everyone to the latest installment of PTR MC News, the best source for all things PTR. This week we look at the rebirth of the server, the dawn of Season 7, new conflicts, nations, and even some Discord server politics. This is going to be a long episode, so strap in and enjoy the news. Season 7 started on the 12th of December and has been going strong under the joint leadership of Shiite and DeathCow. Additionally, in order to assist the staff and keep the server running 24/7, DeathCow and the PTR MC Congress have approved the creation of the House of Admins, a small council of administrators whose jobs it is to maintain and regulate the PTR MC server. Speaking of politics, Congress elections have arrived, with some new faces being present in the legislative body of PTR MC. All in all, Song Ross, Alt, Maleo Kid, Borat, and Ruther were all elected to the PTR MC Congress, with Sung Ross receiving 12 votes, Alt 6, Maleo 4, Ruther 5, and Borat 4. Congratulations to the new winners. The beginning of a new season brings many new opportunities and nations to the greater landscape of the server. Notable nations that have been founded are Egypt, with its long Cairo-Mecca Railway and the Library of Alexandria, Trolltown under the leadership of Zowen, Germany under Tuger, Salt Lake City led by Amphion, the Republic of Texas under DeathCow, Borat, and Maleo Kid, East Rome under Sung Ross, and the town of Sevastopol with its beautiful architecture. However, despite the very early stage of the season still prevalent, players still find time to create conflict and war over overlapping claims. The rogue state of Raidernomics Raj, under the leadership of the now banned Raider Knight, was involved in and started multiple conflicts with the Falklands and Egypt. The war against the Falklands, officially Islas Malvinas, began when Raider attempted to set up a naval base just outside their territory a few chunks away. This provoked the player Assbeater 420 into grieving his ships, which resulted in a war that would last the entire day, resulting in a victory for the Raidernomics Raj. After this incident, Raider Knight attempted to drain the Dead Sea, which was within the claims of the Egyptian government under Neighbor and Ruther. This would result in another long conflict just lasting 30 minutes, in which Raider Knight's attempts at draining the sea were foiled by the efforts of the Egyptian government. This would not be the last time Raider Knight and Egypt would be at war, however. Raider Knight would once again pick up the axe just a day later after hearing news that his villager base was in Egyptian claims was attacked by the Egyptians. This war would last a bit longer, but would eventually result in a situation where Raider Knight refused to fight, but also refused to concede defeat. After numerous attempts at white piecing the Egyptians, Raider Knight would be jailed for not conceding the war. This would result in Raider Knight using an alt account to grief one of the Egyptian ships at port, causing a vote in Congress passing to ban Raider Knight for severe rule breaking. Raider Knight's banning entered the server into a short-lived era of peace, allowing many to breathe a sigh of relief and began building without a fear of war. However, a wild card was thrown into the geopolitical mix just a day later. Two players, Oven and Jack, joined the server and created the nations of Israel and Palestine respectively. Conflict immediately ensued, and though Egypt attempted to mediate the conflict, the Eastern Roman Empire acted quickly and invited both towns into the nation. Each accepted, and it was apparent that Egypt would not take this insult to their claims lying down. Egypt and the Eastern Roman Empire would fight for an hour over the lands of Israel and Palestine, resulting in a crushing defeat for the Egyptians at the Battle of Israel, due in part to Texan intervention by DeathCow. Despite being outnumbered, the Romans and their allies pulled out a victory, causing all three members of Egypt to rage quit, causing an immediate end to the war. In other news, a mysterious cross burning in Crimea has many scratching their heads at what reason, and for more importantly, who grieved them. Local authorities still are not sure why this mysterious perpetrator would defile this mountaintop holy symbol, but many suspect the religious rivals in either Naconia or Raidernomics. Only time will tell if these griefers will be caught. Talks of unification between Scotland and Ireland have begun, with many questioning why the two cities haven't unified sooner. Its Belly, the Scottish player, has expressed interest in cooperation, but the Irish player Tojo seems a bit more cautious. England has refused to comment. Lastly, our final story for tonight is the exciting news that PTR MC has reached its biggest player count yet, and is expecting more activity as the holiday season continues. If you have not already, check out the server IP in the link below, and join the Discord for more information. That's it for this week, folks. This is PTR MC News, signing off.